welcome to another week of the Tetra Travels. This week I was very excited to actually be doing the fire school. It's the only school in the UK and they teach skills for entertaining with fire. I thought we'd give it a go and see what it was like and see whether it's accessible, and also just thought it looks a lot of fun. I wasn't too sure what I'd be able to do when I got there. They teach all sorts of things from fire breathing to fire eating to body burning and licking the flame and much more. But I wasn't really sure if I'd be able to take part in the activities. My hands don't work. I have some sensation like damage in my hands, etc. So I wasn't sure what would be safe and what wouldn't be. So I thought I'd give it a go and just sort of test it out. I went with a friend who was going to do everything they could, and I was just going to sort of fill in the gaps, see what I could do and see what I couldn't do, and go from there. When my friend first came up with the idea to go to fire school, I kind of put it off and was like, I don't think that's going to be like good for me. I don't think I'll be able to do any of it. But then we rang up the lady Sarah on the phone, and she was really helpful. She was really keen to get me involved and was like, let's just see what we can do with you. We'll like set things up in the best way possible. She was really like outgoing and sort of passionate about getting everyone involved, and that makes a real difference for me. I think often, even if you can't access everything, it's that keenness to let you do as much as you can that like encourages me to do something. So I think anyone that's got that attitude, really great on them, and like great for any people with a disability. Like if you, as long as you keep the attitude, like we usually accept that not everything is going to work for us. But if you're willing to try and bend like as much as you can to help meet our needs, that's all we can ask for. I thought it was really well organised in the lead up to the event. I got regular text updates saying like this is when it's going to be, make sure you're on time, all the equipment I need to bring, so things like wearing cotton trousers or jeans so that they don't catch a light, natural fibres, all of those sort of things that was reminded on text. Things like bring a toothbrush because you're going to have like fuel in your mouth. Yeah, all these reminders were sent to me, so I thought that was really well organised. On top of this, we all had to do a COVID test so that we were all COVID secure. There was only going to be the three of us there, but we're confident that we weren't going to be putting ourselves at risk. And then finally, before the event, on the day before, I got a message saying that the lady had set up a stand, like using a camera stand, so that she could try and attach things for me to use and try and do some of the tricks. So I thought that was really novel that she'd actually like not just said it on the phone that she was going to help, but actually gone out and thought about, is there a way that I can like give access to this person? So I thought like 100% thumbs up for that one. It really made me feel confident going into the day that even if I couldn't manage everything, I would manage something. So that was like a real sort of game changer for me. So yeah, next you'll just sort of see some images that we took on the day, and then some videos of what we got up to. I'll do a bit of explaining in the middle, and hopefully you enjoy the video and maybe want to give it a go yourself. I'll put all the links to where you can get to tickets to the school and apply to have a go yourself in the bottom. And yeah, click away and yeah, enjoy the video. Just a quick note that none of this should be tried at home unless you have the training. So if you do want to get that training, please look up the fire school and go there. I don't want you giving any of this a try like on your own. It's very dangerous, especially if you use the wrong fuels or you don't know what you're doing. I don't want any injuries. So if you're thinking about giving it a go, contact the fire school. Don't just give it a go yourself. The first part of the class actually goes through a lot of the safety aspects. They make sure you have all the equipment that you need and point out what you need to be able to do this at home. That includes things like first aid kits, fire extinguishers and much more. Then they talk you through the fuels that you're about to use. You have to use very specific fuels, otherwise you can very easily damage yourself. And if you use the wrong fuel, it can be really lethal, especially if it's like a low flash point. You can do yourself serious damage, so don't do it without understanding what fuel you'll be using and having all the safety equipment around you. Next, Sarah gave us a bit of a demonstration about what we could expect to learn that day, depending on obviously physical capability, but she gave us a quick example of the sort of techniques that would be taught in the beginners class.
Arms. Or just the fingers. And the arms. Fix. Release.
After this, we got shown how to safely set up the torch that we were going to use. Unfortunately, I really struggled with this, as you'll see in the next clip. My hands physically couldn't hold the stick to be able to do what was necessary, so I had to get someone else to do this for me to be able to be safe. So yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't always work out, but there's always a way around it, and as long as you've got someone else there that can help me, then I should be fine.
That's it. And then rattle.
Oh, yeah, that's one I struggle with.
Yeah. That's it. Alright.
After that, she taught us how to do body burning. This is the act of rubbing the flames on your skin. I'm not going to tell you the techniques behind it because I don't want you doing it yourself without expert training, and I really want the fire school to get some extra clients if they are interested. But all I can say is that it's a really interesting feeling when you are burning your skin. It's like warm, but if you do it correctly, it doesn't hurt. But it is a very scary thing to do. The first time I did it, I was like reaching out to touch the flame, and I was kind of like, my brain wouldn't let me go there, and it was like, no, you're not doing this. So what we found is that actually, she set it alight, then we put it out, and just getting used to the heat of things without actually having the flame allowed my brain to sort of engage with what it was doing. And then afterwards we built it up to having the flame. But as you see next, by the end of the session, I was doing it quite successfully. We set it up on a stand, and we had the sort of stick hanging out over me so that I could kind of maneuver my arm in the correct way to be able to do it. And so if I was going to do it now that I'm trained at home, I would set something similar up to be able to do it. Now I know what I'm doing, but I would definitely not recommend doing it without having that experience first, because yeah, dangerous and scary.
Moving. Done. Bye-bye.
One thing that was very noticeable is that all of my hairs on my right arm where I was doing it was singed off. So it's like an interesting way to kind of wax yourself. But yeah, initially I was getting a bit freaked out because you hear this crackling on your arm. But then I was like, I don't like this. So the lady actually came and burnt the hair off herself so it wasn't doing that noise. And again, that just made my brain feel a bit more secure in what I was doing. One of the things I found I couldn't do was because of my lung power, the way that I was injured, my lungs are sort of paralysed. So actually I couldn't blow the flame out. This is one of the key skills you're going to need if you're going to do fire eating. So we decided, and fire breathing. So we decided pretty early on, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I was focusing on just doing the sort of body burning, and then later on licking the flame. You'll see that next. And so this sort of took a lot of courage to build up towards this, where I was going to kind of go and lick the flame. Initially, I tried it holding it in my hand. I could sort of semi-do that, but I found it a real struggle to lean back in my chair enough and hold myself and hold the stick. I did find a way of holding the stick, but it wasn't that secure, so I was just like, I don't really like this. I did manage it, but I think overall I was like, So then what we did is we set up almost like a limbo of flame that I could kind of go underneath, lean back and lick it. It took a little while to set up to get the height right, bit of practice, but we got there in the end. And I think I actually felt really proud because, my brain is like, do not put your mouth near that fire. But I was actually able to do it, not injure myself because I'd got the right training. And yeah, came away feeling really confident that I'd achieved something. Yeah, breathe in.
Yeah, big breath. Saliva, saliva.
Oh, that's it. It's just the confidence to get know it's in the right place.
Yeah.
So, let's try it again.
Doing bloody well. Bloody marvellous. There we go. Lick those lips. Saliva, saliva. Big breath. Yeah. A little bit closer, I think.
You got it that time.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Ready? Saliva, big breath.
I didn't breathe, 1 sec.
That's it, big breath first. That's it. A bit more saliva, I think. Nom 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 nom. A bit closer.
Hang on, yeah, I'm not getting close enough, am I?
Yeah, we're a bit closer. Nice, that was a good one. That was a serious lick.
There we go.
There we go. That's great.
No. As you can see, I feel like my confidence built throughout the day, and actually to be able to lick that I felt very impressive. My friend actually went on to go and do fire eating, like you saw the lady do at the beginning. But as I say, I wouldn't be able to get the lung power to be able to kind of blow it out when it's in my mouth, so I'd end up burning myself. So I couldn't do that. But I had like a great experience throughout the day, and I was really pleased with what I did manage, and the fact that Sarah was so willing to try and sort of assess what I couldn't do safely. I felt like really confident that she knew what she was doing. She's performed for years and years. She knows everything about it. So yeah, good hands, safe hands, and a great teacher. She's really go get it, and yeah, couldn't give her more of a thumbs up. We were there for about 2.5 hours. We took a bit longer than they normally give, just because of my condition. It meant we had to do a bit of setting up and things like that. So it took a bit longer, and I sort of learnt a bit slower pace than some people. But she was really keen to help out in any way she could, and yeah, just really great day. Now that I know what I'm doing, I'm going to practice a bit more at home. I'm going to do it in the local park and just sort of have a go, make sure that I do it safely with all the equipment that she suggested, and yeah, teach myself to get better at it, more confident, and hopefully I'll be able to be a bit more impressive when I do it, rather than sort of like looking a bit scared as I kind of like go underneath the bar. And who knows, I might end up giving performances later down the line, but we'll see. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it, and I want to carry on doing it. And yeah, my friend has learned as well, so she's going to do it with me. And yeah, hopefully we should be able to improve together. So that'll be it for another week. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. And as I say, all the links for the video will be down below. If you want to go to the fire school, it's all down there. Click away. Yeah, Sarah is great. Couldn't recommend her enough. And yeah, I hope you give it a go yourself. But just remember, be safe. Don't do it at home. Like literally, go get the experts and do it safely. Right. Have a great week and see you soon.